All
Yeah,
right.
you bet.
All right. I'm here with Samir. You are actually my first ever one-on-one inner circle mentorship student. So I'm just here. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I'm going to ask you a couple questions regarding your whole trading journey and kind of like my mentorship with me. And so, yeah, we'll start with when did you get started with trading? What's the whole backstory with that?
Um, well, I'm guessing everybody's kind of got the same backstory. You see it all over TikTok and social media, and like, well, if that guy's doing it, why the hell can't I, right? So,
Yeah,
I guess you could say that the biggest motive for me was to get away from my 9 to 5 job, man, and the struggle of just, going day by day and not knowing what the future holds for you, working under someone
100%.
else's belt and stuff like that. And I probably started trading at say early March, so it's been a good 9 to 10 months for me now, going closer to 12. So I've
Still
made a
pretty
lot of
fresh.
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've
you've
I've
been
made a lot
you've
of
been putting in
progress.
so much work, bro. I will say that.
Right. Yeah. Every day, every night, even after working 10, 11, 12-hour days and stuff, I managed to come home and hit the books no
That's
matter
what I was
what.
gonna say. And
So,
so, if you want to tell everyone, like, what is your 9 to 5 job? Because you
I
don't
work
have
for
to.
gas fitter pipeliner in the Canadian oil and gas industry. So
There
pretty
you go.
labor intense work. So, I mean, some people might know what mental exhaustion is like, and some people might know what physical exhaustion is like. You can't compare the two, they're both are,
100%, man.
so
So yeah,
yeah.
that's an awesome story. You're still pretty fresh in the game, but you've been killing it for that amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So the next question is, how did you overcome kind of your big hurdles with trading or challenges with trading? And how did I help you with this?
Yeah, so I think my biggest struggle was I kept bouncing from strategy to strategy and kind of back testing this, back testing that, and then just because I had one failed or two failed trades with that strategy, I would give up on it and on to the next kind of thing, right? Not giving any sort of faith or any sort of, development in my strategy or putting it into my own terms from compared to what I got from YouTube, TikTok, all that. And then I actually ended up coming across you. And what intrigued me to reach out to you is you being from Toronto, Canada, and I'm from Alberta, Canada. And,
Yeah.
I've been researching trading forex and stuff, and everything I find is all regarding in the States. So, and I knew that I needed that little bit of a push forward because was always kind of a one-on-one learning kind of person. I never really had a niche for studying in books and stuff like that. I never got good grades, just barely passed by kind of thing, to make
Yeah.
the parents happy.
I think
So
it's the best way to learn, right?
yeah, for me, it was more so that and like having someone like you sit there and, open up a chart in front of me and show me exactly what's going on and exactly, break the structure where that is. Cause like, I was just going based off YouTube and
I love
all
it.
that kind of stuff, just going down rabbit holes.
Yeah, and we helped you get out of that rabbit hole. So
Yeah.
regarding that, what would you say, like, how much have you made from joining my mentorship, and what was your biggest day? Just curious.
So actually I started my account with a substantial deposit, and over the span of about a month and a half, I've grown that account over $8,500 now, having multiple $1,000 days, and
Wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
insane, man.
yeah,
You're,
and
you're
I
almost
work.
at the point where the 9 to 5 is just gone.
Yeah, 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 a little bit. I got a baby boy on the way in April here, so I'm hoping that I can pull the trigger by then. And
And that was one of your other motivations you were telling me from before, correct?
yeah, and well, I mean, it's just recent, right? I mean, I had different motives, right? I come from Europe myself. I'm from Bosnia, and my parents escaped war and helped us come here and develop a good life. So I owe
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that's what we're all after, right?
Yeah, the freedom at the end of the day. So
100%.
what has that done for your life so far?
None, other than financially, help me. I mean, we all know $8,500 isn't really a crazy amount of money nowadays. I mean, it can change lives. It can do a lot for you, but apart from financially, I mean, growing psychologically and mentally as a trader, like it just teaches you a lot of things. And I feel like a lot of people just want to join into these kind of groups and utilize the signals as in like an easy way of making money, right? But I did that. I did the complete opposite. I would rigorously go back test, like, okay, well, why did we go in on this trade kind of thing, right? So it helped me develop the form of studying that I never knew that I had. You know what I mean? So it's
100%.
helped me a long way mentally and develop skills that I didn't know. And, because we all know that it comes down to 20% skill and 80% psychological and it's trading.
Yeah. And
The
that's
strategy once you have it down, you follow your plan. That's that. But
there you
once you get
go.
your head,
100%. And that's like, yeah, that's why I kind of liked how I offer the signals for
yeah,
beginners. Yeah, you still want to make money off the bat, but I also focus on actually learning the skill because if you learn the skill, you could do this on your own forever. You have the skill in your hands, right? So I
exactly.
offer both. And so hopefully you can learn off this as well, which is my main goal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Earn and learn at the same time. That's kind of your
Exactly.
motive,
That's
right?
why I
You
did
want
that structure. Yeah. So
100%. Yeah.
the next question is, what would you say was the biggest misconception you had about trading beforehand?
There was somebody out to get me in the markets.
Yeah.
I thought that I was doing the right thing, and I would go in for a long, and boom, she would dump down. I would go in for a short, and boom, it would skyrocket. And I'm like, why? There's somebody out to get me. I swear to God. So
Yeah.
like, I had this weird psychological thing where I thought that, um, you know what I mean, like. If somebody was back there, they knew every buy, they knew every sell, and all that stuff. But really, it's not like that. You know what I mean? Like it's all
No.
about algorithm. It's all about what the charts are doing, reading the right candlestick patterns and all that. So.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's cool to hear. But yeah, next question would be, what times of the day do you trade? Because I know you again you have a 9 to 5. And
Mhm.
what times do you think are the best times of the day to trade?
Man, so actually just recently, I mean, you've kind of been a part of it too, but just recently I've discovered that there's certain pushes throughout the day if you keep back testing on your chart and keep going back and looking at
Yeah.
certain times of day where things happen. And I find that between the 5:30 to about 9 o'clock range in the morning is around the best times to trade. There's always good volume pushes at the end of London and then coming into New York.
Yep. And
And
then I've also been teaching you about the Asia session, correct?
correct, right now, like if anybody were to go look at gold right now at 7:35 p.m., she's pumping good. I don't know
Yep.
if
And that's been something we've been teaching
so you
recently.
know what I
So
mean? Like it's yeah, like it speaks for itself. Like, as we're in this call, like I could easily look at the chart right now and put myself into a trade that I know is going to be profitable.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And that's kind of what I like about this is that it's flexible. The forex market is open 24 hours out of the day, so you can make money London session, Asia session, New York session, all different times at night, morning, afternoon, whatever suits your needs, right? And all you need is one trade a day, a high probability setup, and you're set. You don't have to give back money to the markets over trade. You could trade realistically if you could find a good setup, an hour, 2 hours max of a day, and
mhm.
be done. So that's what I like about the forex markets and just kind of what I teach.
Yeah. So yeah, to end your question, I guess 6 p.m. and about I would look at it starting about 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for me for my time anyways. I know for you it's 8 o'clock, Luke.
Yes.
It all depends.
Sure.
Just go on your time frame, right, and figure out when the pushes are, when Asia session opens, kind of thing on your
Correct.
end.
Yeah. So about 8 p.m. Eastern for my time.
Eastern,
Yeah,
like
and
my
just
standard. So
there
yeah.
you go.
So
Awesome.
6
So
p.m. and 6 a.m. for me only because my work schedule and stuff, right? I work 11, 12-hour days, so I can trade a little bit after work and I can trade a little bit before work.
before,
So
and yeah, you're flexible with
well,
it.
if you want
Awesome.
me to tell you the truth, today before I even walked out of my camp room door, I was at 1,200 bucks. So
There you go, bro. I love it. You got
yeah,
to show me that trade after.
yeah,
So
100%.
the next question is, how long did it take you to turn profitable after getting my help and mentorship?
Oh man, I want to say maybe maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I
It
mean,
was pretty quick, man. It was
it's gonna
pretty
be
quick. You've
yeah,
been putting in that work, and I'm actually shocked to see how fast we switched you from becoming
yeah,
just turning you into that consistent profitable trader. And so you've been
yeah,
just
man.
taking it by storm.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, everybody's different. Everybody's got a different learning curve and
100%.
different motive for
Some people
everything.
might take longer, some possibly even shorter, but depends on
For
what
sure.
you kind of put in and you've been putting in the work. So I do want to say that.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think the biggest thing is that I helped you with actually?
Me, honestly, man, is like sticking to one strategy and psychological levels too, because we did take a couple live trades together and stuff in our one-on-one as well, and
Yeah, that was fun.
we've noticed that you're in there, you're chill, you're like, all right, we got a little push, and setting the stop loss at break even, man, is
Uh,
like if you're a psychological trader and you're struggling with
Risk
developing
management.
psychology, man, is put that stop loss to break even. Even if you hit zero, you didn't lose.
Exactly. You didn't lose any money. And so that
I used to
increases
get
your win rate over time.
Yeah, and like I used to get mad at that personally, you know what I mean? And like that's just a thing
Part
I
of the
did
game. Saved you
with
money,
yeah.
right? If you
And
think about it, if you didn't have that.
mhm. I think watching you is what helped me the most. You know what I mean? I looked, you know, like look at him, he doesn't have a smile on his face, and the guy just won $1,900. I'm like, fuck, man.
I
Like I
appreciate it, bro.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, 2K day
it
today.
goes a
Feels
long
good.
way, you know, when you have somebody like, you know, I'm talking to you, you're in Miami right now, you know what I mean? And I'm talking to you from
Last minute trip. Yeah. That's what
exactly
trading can do, right?
like
It's all
yeah,
about freedom.
it's the
So,
biggest yeah. For me, it's not about the money, man. It's about the experiences, the freedom, being able to
exactly. And honestly, me too. Me too,
yeah,
man. Right?
for sure, man.
Um, so a couple more questions here. We have about three more questions. I'm just curious, do you copy my trades or do you use your own to confer or like or do you use your own trades kind of style?
Yeah, I do take your more so like swing trades because you know I'm more confident in your swing trading strategy than mine. I'm more of a scalper
Fair?
in kind of thing out of the
Yeah.
market. Um, yes, I use a lot of what you've taught me. Like I implement it into my own strategy and kind of into like what I know from previous backtesting of other ones. And I feel like that's what gave me that extra push was having your confluence of your strategy to put it with mine. And it
I love
just
that. So
almost
I love how
now.
you leverage both. You use some of the signals for the skill sets that you're not strong in,
Yeah.
and then the ones that you are from what I taught you, you've
Mhm.
applied that on your own and you've been killing it on your own. You've been sending me some trades you've taken. I'm like, bro, good stuff. I didn't even catch that myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love seeing that for sure, man. And then do
100%.
you think it's valuable now to live a balanced life, even though it could result in missing a play?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's super super important psychological. I mean, I've followed a lot of people and stuff and nitpicked a lot of who I want to follow and kind of not just in skill trading but like psychological levels as well. And Alex FX, he's a big inspiration of mine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? His set and forget kind of strategy goes in line with my kind of strategy of what I like to do is you know, when you're in a trade, don't just sit there and stare at the chart. I'd let the trade
Especially a
breathe. You
swing trade. Yeah.
like, especially swing trading. Like you're gonna go into drawdown. You're gonna, you
100%.
know,
It's part
and
of the
that's
game.
yeah. So that's why like you know you got to look at what kind of trading style you really want to do because it can affect your rules of your broker or your rules of your funded account and whatnot, right? So
Yeah.
because
Awesome,
you
bro.
know,
Yeah, again, I agree with you. I think it's smart to be live a balanced lifestyle, but and that's what trading offers. Like we said, you only need a couple hours on the sh screen time each day. You don't want to over trade, which is something I teach.
mhm,
Catch that trade, you're done for the day, boom,
yeah,
right? So you could still have that freedom that comes with it. And so I
yeah.
appreciate your time. The last question for you, bro, is what would you say to anyone thinking about joining the Inner Circle mentorship?
Oh man, save your dimes and nickels. If you're young, man, if you have this opportunity in front of you, like I'm 29 years old, and I'll tell you, like I've lived a pretty labor intense life, worked some pretty rigorous jobs and stuff. I have made good money, but if you have that opportunity in front of you at 18, 19, 20 years old, which I've talked to some kids personally out of the Discord that always message me, giving asking me questions, asking for advice, you know, what's this doing? What's this doing? And I
Yeah,
don't mind helping that. And like I don't get paid for that. I just do that out of my own heart just to because I know what the struggle was like, you know what I mean? Not having somebody to just ask, like, because that's all it takes, right? Like even with your mentorship, like it just took those couple solid questions that I had that I've rigorously like went down rabbit holes for nights trying to figure out and you just answered them
exactly.
in minutes, you know. So
I love
it's
that.
worth it. I mean, I know it's to you it might be pricey, but as I told Luke myself, man, there's kids that spend money on college, and I'm not saying college is a bad thing if that's your niche and you want to do that. You wouldn't be watching this call in the first place. So
True.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, but you're just gonna, you know, be in student loan debt, you're everything, and you're not gonna make the money that you think coming out of school. And this can offer you so much more freedom and time to build generational wealth, do whatever you want with it, man. So
I
it's
appreciate your time, Samir.
every
That's
time.
very kind words of you, and I'm glad I could help you with your trading journey. You still are one of my top succeeding students. You just continue to put in that work, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it was awesome. It is awesome just being there for you whenever you need. And now we kind of built a friendship off of that
Yeah, man.
mentorship, which is even cooler itself. So
Yeah, 100%, man.
thank you
Yep.
for taking the time to answer those questions, bro.
You betcha, man. Anytime, Luke. Anytime.
Boom.